As the regional director of the Northern California CRP crisis team, we have two programs that serve regional center clients. Those two regional centers are the East Bay Regional Center, which is Alameda County and Contra Costa County, and the San Andreas Regional Center, which is San Benito, Monterey, Santa Clara, and Santa Cruz County. Forensic program differs a little bit from our crisis program. By that I mean they attend IPP meetings, which is an individual program plan. They attend court hearings. Sometimes they might provide transportation. Our forensic program serves people that are part of the legal system. It requires a lot more day-to-day interaction. So what makes it different also is that they have a dedicated counselor. A forensic counselor has to be able to communicate with probation, with parole, with the court system, with the parents, with a trustee, with all these different individuals. The relationship that they build allows them to be able to be more of an advocate than just the crisis intervention that we would typically do. The biggest difference between a forensic and a crisis counselor is a crisis counselor will take a call from any client that has been referred to by the regional center. Forensic counselor is a direct referral specifically to the forensic counselor. The dedicated caseload, where this forensic counselor has his dedicated caseload of anywhere from 20 to 30 clients, versus a crisis counselor who responds to everybody.
I think forensics is a really good support system for anyone that's been institutionalized. For the client, it's important that we meet like almost every week or as much as we can, just to make sure that they stay on track. Because a lot of these clients are also in the court system, I think it's imperative that we stay in touch so that they don't go back into the institution, whether it be at a hospital or a prison. A lot of clients may have an intellectual disability, so they might have a more difficult time understanding what the judge said. So just me explaining the hearing, the results to the client really helps them out.
I feel like even when he's not on the clock, he's there for me. What really helps is just to know that someone's there for you. I went to court a lot because it took a court order to be institutionalized. And so the counselor at that time was very much involved with my case. If I didn't have CRP, I would probably be in and out of the hospital as we speak.
We have provided in-person support when they have court hearings. I feel it is extremely important in this community because a lot of people don't advocate for them.
Diversionary plan it diverts the person from staying incarcerated. And so all these groups usually come together. You say, this is what we're gonna do, this is what we're gonna do. The judge will say, like, remember, these are all the things that you've agreed that are gonna happen if you want to stay out of jail, right? And so again, one of the things could be the CRP forensic team to be there once a week, to show up to court. The client has to call the forensic counselor twice a week, have a video meeting with them maybe. Meet with them once a week. Let the forensic counselor speak to the roommates of the client, to the day program staff at all times to figure out if things are working in that diversionary plan.
You really have that chance to develop a rapport with one particular counselor, and that's where the forensic counselor is different than the regular crisis counselor, where you meet that same client weekly and develop that rapport, and it just seems to go a long way in helping that client be successful getting off of the diversion plan.
You can only imagine how difficult it would be for somebody with a developmental disability. And this is where that forensic counselor really steps in and does an amazing job to help these individuals that really need it. Lots of times, the legal system is like backed up for months, for years. But the unfortunate thing is that our clients will say yes to a lot of things because a lot of them like to please. Well, that needs to change. And I think this is a key component of our forensic program. We want to be able to get them out of that environment as soon as possible. And so that's something that the forensic counselor is very critical in playing that role for that individual.
The great part about our services is even if, say, I'm in a meeting and I'm not able to pick up, all the forensic clients have access to the 24/7 crisis lines as well. So they can always call a crisis counselor anytime, day, night, morning, holidays, 365 days a year, they can utilize those services. Sometimes people might not always understand the client's diagnosis or what led them to be a regional center client. So that's where I feel like we can be most helpful when it comes to the legal system is kind of helping the client understand their rights, understanding their services.
In like 7 years that we've been doing this now, I believe there's only been 3 clients that actually ended up having to go back to jail.
Ideally, in 1 to 2 years, their diversion plan can be complete, and then what happens is the charges would be dismissed and the client gets to move forward with their life and not have the criminal charges lingering over their head for the rest of their lives. Judges do seem pretty pleased with our services and the fact that the client at hand is meeting with our services. Usually judges, they want the clients to get the help that they need and they want to see them be successful. It's just a matter of, is the client going to be willing to put in that work and put in the time and effort to actually maximize the services.
I think in general in society there's a stigma with mental health, so yeah, that makes it really tough for our clients sometimes because they may be labeled, as a criminal, but at the end of the day, most of them are not. If they did make a mistake, it is possible for them to grow as a person and do better. Just knowing that I'm there to support them and navigate the difficult court system, because it can be even difficult for neurotypical people, so I just imagine how it can be more difficult for neurodivergent clients.
Thank you, Thomas. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time today. I'll see you on Friday.
It's been like a very helpful services. Help me with my anger.
I think our clients, knowing that they have somebody there who is not going to leave them, no matter what the client does, this forensic counselor isn't going to abandon them. They're always going to be there for them. If they reoffend, we're not leaving them. We're not going to throw away the key and say, you messed up, we don't want to have anything to do with you anymore. Quite the contrary. Let's work harder to figure out, no matter what they do, we're always going to be there for them.